Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to my RPG News Roundup, this time for October 12th, 2024, where each week I take a look back at the week in tabletop, computer, and console role-playing game news and bring you the highlights. As always, we will start with computer and console role-playing game news. Wizardry Variants Daphne is set to release on mobile platforms on October 15th. A 3D dungeon crawler in the Wizardry series, it will hit iOS and Android with English and Japanese available. A PC version will release at a later date. Passageway of the Ancients is set to hit on October 16th. It is a tactical RPG inspired by classic CRPGs from the 90s and 2000s and viewed from an isometric view. It has you investigating a city looking for your parents' murderer. Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch, is set to hit early access on November 5th. Set in the same world as Lost Eidolons, it will be a roguelike tactical RPG where you are stuck on a mysterious island and must recruit allies and try to find your scattered memories. There is a demo available. Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Familia Myth, Full Land of Water and Light, has a release date set. It looks like it will come out on the PC and the Nintendo Switch on February 27th of 2025. Belina has been set for next year. It will be an action-adventure RPG where you journey to a distant world and try to save your immortal soul in a world influenced by Slavic folklore. Zera's Adventure is also set for 2025. It looks like a classic turn-based JRPG with pixel graphics where you explore various areas, collect items and treasures, level up, assemble your team with quirky characters, and so forth. Hawthorne was announced, although there is no hard release date set. It looks like it will be a multiplayer life sim sandbox-style RPG with former developers from Bethesda, BioWare, and Naughty Dog. It'll feature a sandbox realm of anthropomorphic animals and fairy creatures. As far as actual releases go, the Vessel of Hatred expansion for Diablo 4 was released. The DLC includes a new Spiritborn class, a new region, new mercenaries, new enemies, dungeons, a new co-op challenge, and so forth. Guild Saga Vanished Worlds hit early access. It is a JRPG-style adventure RPG where elements of tactical battle that have you stranded on an island after a storm capsized your ship, and you must face various pirates, beasts, alchemists, and more to figure out what's going on. Necrostory saw its release. It is a party-based creature collector RPG where you play a necromancer commanding various minions, facing off against foes, and so forth. It is a light-hearted offering. Metaphor ReFantasio saw its release. There is a demo available for it. It is an anime-themed turn-based adventure RPG where the king has been assassinated with no heirs, and the next monarch is set to be elected by the people. Beloved Rapture is a pixel-graphic turn-based JRPG inspired by the classics and features various beautiful landscapes, secrets to find in a fantasy world. Pixel Quest's Herb's Adventure is a classic story-driven JRPG with dice-building combat system. You level up your various skills as well as your dice in order to engage with various enemies. There is a demo available, of course. Elements Path of the Wizard is a card-based RPG/simulator where you run an entire kingdom in the role of a court magician. Spear Song is a turn-based tactical RPG now in early access where ancient Slavic knights fight against evil and you lead your group through a kingdom to cleanse the land of fiends and monsters. It looks like it has procedurally generated challenges and there is a demo available as well. Dungeon Antiqua is a simple RPG in a JRPG style inspired by old-school wizardry and Final Fantasy games of the 80s and 90s. Finally, there is Awaken Astral Blade, First Contact, an action-adventure RPG with a sort of dark fairy tale theme, side-scrolling action, and you explore ancient ruins to find your origins. Onward towards tabletop role-playing game news, it looks like Free League is going to be producing Path of Glory campaign for Dragonbane. It looks like it'll be planned to release on November 12th. It was originally published back in 1985 and 1986 for the Swedish version in 3 installments, but this one combines them into a single offering. And onwards towards minor and tabletop releases, and there's a bunch of them this week. Sunvex Cactus is a new monster for Pathfinder 1st Edition, basically dealing with a plant that is mobile but not carnivorous, living in an arid climate. Remarkable Races Unhinged, the Xeniomorph looks to be a Pathfinder 1st Edition playable shape changer with a new Shadow class. Deadfinder looks to be a sort of humorous horror collection of material for Pathfinder 1st Edition. It includes a new base and prestige classes, feats, spells, origins, and so forth. The Doom of Blackwinter is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure set in the High Mountains where a group of heroes is set to find the whereabouts of some strange raiders. Frog God Games has the Siege of Durgram's Folly. It is an adventure that deals with a distant outpost where something is seriously amiss, and it is available in 5th Edition, Pathfinder, and Swords and Wizardry versions. Kelfasil's Tales has a huge set of side quest packs, each one containing 3 unique and easy-to-use side quests for 5th Edition, And they've got side quest pack number 5 through number 18 out. The Curse of Frostwood Mansion is a level 6 5th edition adventure where a snowy village known for its winter festivities is having trouble maintaining its magically maintained temperature. Terror of the Black Marshes is a 5th edition compatible adventure dealing with an excavations in a usually still marsh that are being performed by goblins under the command of a crocodile ogre hybrid. Frost Maiden of Zyboria is a 5th edition adventure dealing with a hidden city of golden spires in an icy wilderness. Tidal Terror from Adventures Ripples is a 5th edition adventure dealing with a coastal town long oppressed by Tide Dragon. They also have a fight with a sea god, which it deals with an island upon which an artifact is hidden, along with some sort of vampire squid. Relics and Realms issue 12, Nethumbra is a 5th edition offering that deals with a realm in eternal twilight holding the remnants of a fallen civilization. Rats of Ulgol is available in 5th edition. It brings a couple of adventures originally designed for Shadowdark, suited for levels 1 to 8. Into Castle Duckenstein is also now available in 5th edition. It's a Halloween-themed horror adventure where you have one night to rescue the local townsfolk from the castle, and I believe I covered the Dragonbane version last time. The Pump King is a 5th edition adventure dealing with a bunch of spooky, gym-obsessed minions led by an over-the-top muscle wizard. Okay. Critical Crafting has several offerings for 5th edition. There's Dino Safari 3, Kings of Prehistory, which offers various material for prehistoric beasts. The Wretched Dead focuses on various undead and necromancy-based material. Then there's City of Many Waters, dealing with an oasis city across a desert land. Each of these includes various encounters, subclasses, items, and so forth, attuned to their particular theme. Dratelia is a 5th edition campaign setting available in print on demand that deals with a planet where magic must be stabilized and carefully controlled with various factions facing each other over the right magical balance. Heroes of Tara Player's Guide is a 5th edition compatible offering suited for player-focused lore and player character options detailing a world of Irish mythology. Polite Society 2nd edition, or Polite Society 2nd issue, is a zine for rogues and scoundrels for 5th edition, offering new rules, charts, and tables, character options, and more. Legacy of the Dragon is a dragon-themed supplement for 5th edition, available in print on demand, that offers various dragon-themed races, subclasses, and other content. Terra RPG has another entry into their class-based compendiums for 5th edition, this one featuring the Rangers. The Witch class for 5th edition is a new character class, including various subclasses and a custom spell list. There's been several Witch classes out now. RPG Gamer has a set of comedic classes for 5th edition. There's the Barbarian and the Pugilist. Magnum's Tome of Unshackled Spells offers a collection of over 125 original spells for 5th edition. There are both good and evil spells produced for players, foes, whomever. Evil Pigeon Games has a huge number of offerings for 5th edition. There is inventory of improving items, which offers a variety of weapons and items of various levels with histories, backgrounds, and multiple leveling options. There are 3 volumes of this. They also have the Tome of Witches. It offers various witches, familiars, new backgrounds, a couple new classes, various organizations, new spells and items, as well as monsters. Compendium of Constructs offers a new class, various subclasses, a new number of monsters, spells, magic items, and so on. The Book of Primal Dragons offers 8 varieties of primal dragons in various age categories, as well as ways to create hybrids. Codex of Crime focuses on criminal options, including various subclasses, magic items, background spells, and more. Finally, Plethora of Potential Partners offers a bunch of NPCs, some of them romanceable, new backgrounds, magical items, monsters, as well as a relationship system. Madness at the Megalomart is a modern horror adventure for 5th edition where a returned Betamax includes a curse tape that summons malevolent forces. Elven Tower has Dungeon Vault Magazine number 50, offering material for 5th edition and Shadowdark, including adventures, lore, cartography, and more. The Harrowed Earth is a new RPG system based heavily on the 3.x D20 rule set, rewritten to allow total freedom and character creation and progression in a horror-themed fantasy version of the real world. Night Song Keep is a drop-in setting with a horror theme for it's got a level 7 adventure, compatible with old school or any D20 system, as well as 5th edition, revolving around a gothic horror setting. Shadowdark, Goblin Punk with Sticks, is basically a Shadowdark version which deals with goblins. Okay. The Night of the Forgotten Souls is a Halloween adventure for old school essentials and similar OSR systems. It deals with a village shrouded in an atmosphere of unrest where every 100 years the souls of those who died unjustly or violently return. Lazy Panda RPG has a huge number of materials for the OSR systems. Most of them are little mini bestiaries. There's a mini bestiary of Solara, which offers various dinosaurs, Volume 2 from Solara deals with goblins. Volume 3 from Solara deals with various elite orcs. Then there's a mini bestiary of Kirimori Volume 2, featuring creatures based on Lovecraft. Of Kirimori Volume 3 features various undead. Volume 4 deals with more undead from the Eastern Lands. Fantastic Creatures, bestiary of creatures for fancy RPGs, offers like 50, I think, creatures for any RPG setting, so it's like a bigger one. Creatures of Frozen Lands offers a number of ice-based creatures. Savannah of Zephyria offers 10 Savannah animals. There's also Volume 2 of Zephyria, which offers underground creatures. Volume 3 and Volume 4 both offer creatures of various types. Then there's also Lost Grimoires Volume 2, the Codex of Thunder, which offers various spells based on electricity and thunder. Finally, Lost Grimoire Volume 3, the Book of Whimsical Wonders, includes a number of quirky spells. Dragon Slayer RPG from Greg Gillespie now has a monochrome version out in print on demand, offering a mix of BX-style system with some first edition style advancements. This is the Dragon Slayer version I need to get. Sake, Sorcerers, Adventurers, Kings, and Economics has an alpha version out and is a modular D20-based role-playing game system. Yeah. Mazes Fantasy RPG Module 27 is another adventure in the Mazes RPG series, this time dealing with an area around the City of Skull. Lands of RuneQuest Dragon Pass is an expansion for the RuneQuest RPG. It offers a detailed history of the region along with information on villages, towns, cities, ruins, and other places of interest, suited for running a sandbox-style campaign along with various associated new rules, creatures, monsters, etc. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay has the Dwarf Player's Guide, offering lore as well as career options, weapons and armor, ruins, and the pantheon of the dwarves. Port Candril is a system-neutral RPG setting revolving around a port city with detailed districts and NPCs, various factions, guilds, quests, adventures, and so forth. By Gate and Gutter is another OSR and system-neutral offering, this time detailing a system of creating cities. Infernum, Seasons 1 to 3 is a supplement for the Infernum rules-like RPG focused on apocalyptic themes. Outgunned Adventure is a cinematic pulp adventure RPG inspired by classics from Indiana Jones to The Mummy and so forth. It is the first genre book in the Outgunned line. Seized by Sugar is a Call of Cthulhu-compatible one-shot set around Halloween where you're invited to an exclusive party at the best candy shop in town. Renegade Game Studios has some offerings for Hunter the Reckoning 5th edition. There's Cold Case and His Last Trick, which I believe are both like short story one-shot kind of deals. They also have Reclamation for Werewolf, the Apocalypse 5th edition. Covenant Crucible Unbound is an expansion for the game of modern-day witchcraft and magic, offering various planes of existence, expanded house lore, new magical creatures and supernatural beings, etc. Lords of Chaos is an offering for champions in the hero system, detailing club members of an outlaw biker organization. Penumbra is an adventure for 2D6 and similar sci-fi based systems, where an assistant starport administrator is approached the heroes and draws them into a web of deceit and danger after some data has been discovered to have been stolen. Finally, Tabletop Engineer has a number of sci-fi horror mini scenarios for any RPG, focusing on quick sci-fi horror adventures. There is Town Meeting, Frank's Orbital Garage, Slow Burn, Stalled Reality, and Dimensional Error. And now on to crowdfunding campaigns. Remember that contributing to a crowdfunding campaign should be done only at your own risk. Doing so is no guarantee of even receiving a product mentioned here is not an endorsement, but it is for informational purposes only. And this week, a number of computer and console campaigns caught my eye. Sea of Legends will be a deck-building RPG where you play a pirate on the open waters of the Caribbean. It looks like it's designed by Jordan Weissman, also known for things like Shadowrun, MechWarrior, and Crimson Skies. HexaQuest is a dice-builder RPG in a surrealist world. It looks like it'll be targeting the PC as well as the Steam Deck. Mizurano will be a pixel art-style action RPG set in an open world inspired by Japan. Onwards towards tabletop campaigns, there is Revenge of the Dead Man's Tree, a grimdark 5th edition one-shot dealing with a murderous tree. A Seance for Halloween will be a mystery set in a manor in the middle of nowhere and will be available for 5th edition as well as OSR systems. The Red Marrow Chronicles will be a 5th edition RPG adventure dealing with a one-shot taking place in the aftermath of a night where a gateway forms from the astral plane to our own. I believe it's like many, many years later. The Enchanted Forest will be a D&D role-playing adventure that is specifically designed for kids aged 7 to 12. Architects of the Deep is looking to fund the Chronomancer Paradox, a 5th edition dungeon crawl adventure where you have to fight through time itself. The Smuggler, the Baker, and the Grim Undertaker will be a 5th edition dungeon adventure, also compatible with other tabletop RPGs, featuring a 4-level dungeon full of weird fun. Malamorte's Oddities collection, Bad Time Stories, will be a 5th edition collection of horror monsters and grim magic items, available in both English and Italian. Mists of Fracture will be a 5th edition horror one-shot where a mysterious white fog is swept across the land. Adaptable Encounters for 5th edition fantasy, 2nd and 3rd compendium will be 2 hardcover books with collections of encounters in different environments and will be compatible with both 5th edition as well as the 2024 version. Pulp Arcana will be a 5th edition compatible RPG in a comic fantasy action world. Animaria, the role-playing game, will be a 5th edition take on anime settings. There'll be a setting book as well as a book of adventures inspired by things like One Piece, Frieren, I don't know, I haven't watched it, and Solo Leveling. I should probably watch that. Anyway. Historical Arcanum, Echoes of Renaissance will be a 5th edition compatible offering inspired by Renaissance Europe, specifically a Grand Carnival Venice. Greek Mythology Classified offers 2 5th edition classes inspired by Greek mythology, one based on Hermes, the other based on Apollo. Epic Heroes Encyclopedia is taking a little break from the main classes to go after the Epic Witch for 5th edition, details leveling up to level 30 with a Halloween theme. This one expands on specifically the version of the Witch offered by Pet DM. Laboratory of the Homunculord from Menagerie Press is to be a Shadow Dark RPG, where the Shadow Dark RPG offering, where the Homunculord looks to raise an army of homunculi. Lone Wolf Adventures in Magnamund will be an expansion for the Dragonbane role-playing game that offers new professions, heroic abilities, adventures, and so forth based on the Lone Wolf series. Slay Dragon will be an old-school style fantasy role-playing game meant to be fast-paced and have a free PDF available for download. Chronicles of Aerthe, 2nd edition, will be a rebuild of the original Chronicles, the tabletop RPG from 2017, featuring a fantasy world that has been ravaged by disaster but has begun to rebuild. Bloody and Alone in Appalachia will be a solo rural horror RPG that crosses Bloody Appalachia and Wretched and Alone. High School Cthulhu will be an RPG that combines team drama with cosmic horrors in the mid-90s. Era Friction will be a version of the D10 Era Rules Light set that details action heroes who harness continuity errors in order to fight for what's right. We All Rot will be a horror RPG where you place someone in a pit for low-life citizens in the future, where everyone has been cursed to basically decay. Totem, the Spirits RPG, will be a Rules Light narrative horror RPG inspired by various ghost stories where you can play anything from friendly ghosts to insidious demons. Korogaiden, Sunflower, will be an expansion for Korogaiden, the Japanese horror Junji Ito-based tabletop RPG. Finally, there is Aranether, a web-based dystopian tabletop RPG featuring an undersea structure in the year 2200. And on that note, I will wrap things up here. This has been the RPG Crawler with my RPG News Roundup for October 12th, 2024. As always, links will be below if you like what you've seen. Remember to leave a like, comment if you got any feedback, and subscribe for more RPGs. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribestar, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.